Hi friends, it is me Stace. Today we're making another fun fold card. This one is called a joy fold card. So it looks like that there, and then you open it and you have your spot for your greeting. A super easy card to make. Alright, so you will need 2 pieces of the same color cardstock. This one is 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, and then this one is 3 by 8. And we're going to score them really quickly because I forgot to do that. Alright, so the one that measures 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, we're going to score this one at 5 1/2. So 5 1/2 right there. And then the next one that is 3 by 8, we're going to score that one right in half at 4. Okay, we can set that aside. Let's go ahead and fold them on the crease. Now I'm going to go ahead and crease them really, really well. Okay, so this is actually the card base. Then this piece goes on the inside to create that joy fold card. Okay. All right, so the other pieces that we're going to need is some pattern paper. I have one that measures 4 by 5 1/4. Then I have 2 that measure 2 3/4 by 4. One that is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And 2 white pieces that both measure 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. All right, so we're going to take the paper that's 4 by 5 1/4, and we're going to adhere that to the inside of the card. And I'm just using my advanced tape glider. Alright, we're going to go ahead and put that on the inside. Make sure it's straight. Okay. And then one of those pieces is going to go here. The 2 3/4 by 4 piece will go on the inside. Alright, that's going to go here, trying to make it straight with the other piece. Okay, and then one is going to flip it over. We're going to put the other piece right there at the front of the card. And that's going to go right here. Now I did change this card up a little bit. I'm using smaller leaves, as you can see, smaller leaves. And also with a bit brighter paper. Alright, so we have that there. Now we're going to take this piece, that's going to go on the inside. So we're going to actually adhere this to that. So we're going to have a white piece here, a white piece here, but I wanted something over here. That's where this piece goes. And again, that one measured 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. Then we'll do our stamping and assemble the card, and we will be done. Alright, that's going to go right there. Alright, now our stamping. So I have my 2 pieces of white. I'm using 2 of May's stamps. This is called Thankful Thoughts. I'm just using that large pumpkin image. And this one's called Happy Fall. And for that one, I'm just using that little leaf right there. And I already have that larger one in my stamp-a-jig here. Alright. Alright, we're going to go ahead and put this, not in my stamp-a-jig, my mini, what is this called? The Mini Misty. Okay. Let me just make sure that that's not going to hit that. Okay. I'm going to ink this up just using the black VersaFine ink. This is a really nice image for fall. Okay, put that down. Take a little hockey puck. Give a little bit of a rub. You can see that's why I need to stamp it again. Alright. Ink that up really well. Then we're going to come back down. I do find these things come in pretty handy. Actually, I like it like that. I kind of do. It's kind of offset. I think my paper shifted, but I like it that way. Alright. Sometimes mistakes actually work out for the better. Alright, now for this one, for the inside, I'm using this little leaf. And that, again, is from the Happy Fall stamp set right there. I'm going to bring in a piece of scrap cardstock. And I'm using green parakeet ink, the same color as my cardstock from Paper Tray. Just going to ink this up. Okay, beautiful. Alright, so I'm actually going to ink this, or stamp it, on the bottom right, and also on the upper left. And it gives you still plenty of room for your little greeting. Now, the one thing we did not add to this is a sentiment. I don't think you need a sentiment. You know, I think that's kind of like the rule that us card makers were like, we need a sentiment. I don't really think you need one. All right, I'm just going to take this piece. I'm going to go put glue in the back. I'm using my art glitter glue, so I do recommend a liquid glue because it gives you a little bit of wiggle room. Okay, and I'm just going to center it right on top of this green piece. Just try to eyeball it to make sure I'm somewhat straight the best I can. All right, I'm going to open this up and then just let that glue set up for a minute. Take our inside piece, put some adhesive on the back of that one. And that's going to go on the inside right there. So we have a nice little spot for our greeting. Okay, I'm going to flip it over and rub it this way because I think I have ink on my fingers. All right. If you're writing a large greeting, you can always also just cut another piece of 4x5 1/4 and put it in the back of the card there. But I think we're good. All right, then this piece, our little blurred out pumpkin image, which I actually kind of am liking, is going to go right here. I think I smudged it a little bit. Should let that ink dry a little bit. So I'm going to go and take my mono eraser, because I have a little smudge right there. You know, we can always hide that smudge as well by using some rhinestones or something. All right, so I think I'm going to go ahead and get this little smudge over here as well. Okay, this little eraser, I love it. It comes in handy. If you are like me, if you are a messy crafter and you get ink everywhere other than where it's supposed to go, you will love this little tool. All right, we're good. Let's go ahead and flip it over, and we're going to add some foam squares to it. I'm going to add 5, as I normally do, all 4 corners, and then 1 in the middle. These are pretty thick foam squares. I got them off Amazon. It was a good deal, but they're super thick. All right, give them all a push, a squish as I call it, and I'm going to take the backing off and then put it on the front, and our card is done. Now, again, if you want to put a sentiment on there, by all means you can. I just don't have the room for a sentiment because I chose such a large image on the front. I think the important part is what you write anyway, right? Not what's on the outside. I really do like that kind of blurred image. I don't know why. I'm liking it. All right. I'm just going to put that there. Now, if you want to, I might have a little bit of room for some twine. Do I have any twine that's going to match that? For twine, I use this, embroidery floss and yarn. I think I might take this little piece, this jute twine. Let's go ahead and pop this off of there. We're going to just zhuzh it up a little bit, okay? All right, I did not bring my tape in here though, so let me get my scissors. Okay, just for a little something. All right, I'm actually just going to use my liquid glue right here, or my this adhesive. All right, I'm going to put that one right there. I'm going in between the pieces there. I want it on the other side though, on the right. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down here. Do it this way. Okay, so I'm using on the right side of my image. Just putting my piece of twine there. It does cover the image a little bit, but you know what? I'm fine with it. Okay, let's go ahead and cut the extra off there. Okay, so that should stick. And I may not like it when I'm done. That's kind of the joy. So I'm going to do this before I put it on my card. I apologize if you hear the birds. They're saying hello. Okay, I'm going to think a knot. It is kind of loose though. Just kind of sharing with you guys different ways. I really would like it on this side of the card though. You know what? I'm going to do it. All right. I'm going to take these foam squares off on this side. I didn't like it covering over there. All right, let's take this off and take this off. All right, so I'm going to put glue on this side as far as I'm able to. Okay, let's go back, grab another piece of twine to kind of stick there, and then stick on this side right there. Okay, it's a sticky mess now. And I'm going to take some double-sided tape just to hold that down. If I had Scotch tape in here, I wouldn't need this. I'm just going to use this as extra insurance just to hold that twine down. Okay, just like that. I'm not even going to take the backing off, leaving that on there. All right, now we'll take a small piece of this, and I'm just going to tie a little knot. Not even a bow, just a knot. I might double it though. Are you guys like this when you make a card? You're like, oh, I can do this and I can do that, and it takes you 45 minutes to make a card. That's kind of where we're at, my friends. All right, just go ahead and take that there. It is loose. I'm not a fan of it being that loose. You know what? I'm going to take a little bit of this, okay, and actually take it off the backing here. Just kind of rub your fingers on it and you will get the backing off. Or stick it to something. This way I can create my own little glue dot. Okay, then take this, pick that up. I'm going to put it behind my twine right there, just to help hold that down so it's not so loose. Okay, a little better. I'm just going to cut the ends off before this card is forever long. Alright, now I need to put some foam squares on the back of that. Alright, right on top of the twine I'm going. Alright, one more on the ends for the inside. Give them a good squish. Now that, you don't need to squish that one, we already did. Alright, take these guys off. So you can use whatever you have. Embroidery floss, twine, yarn. Yeah, I think I just needed a little something in there. Okay, I like that. Alright, my friends, there you have it. Let's get a look at our card. Okay, so there's the outside. Open this up, then we have the inside. Nice ample spot for your greeting, and the card does stand. It also is one of those cards that somewhat blocks your greeting a little bit when the card is being displayed. But anyway, there you have it. There's that card there, and then this one. I do like the green one better. I do like the addition of the twine. I do like how dark and blurry that is compared to how light that one is. Plus, I have a smudge there. All right. Any questions at all, my friends, please let me know. As always, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.